Hey YouTube, this is Southern Purple One. A week or two in to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, I publicly stated on a video that I thought NATO was there. Advisors, maybe not trigger pullers, but definitely guys working with our intelligence services, working with our intel people, and coordinating response militarily on the ground to Russia. It just was, things were going so good for the Ukrainians. Now, granted, the Russians might not have been full speed ahead because they were trying to limit casualties and maybe not let the Ukrainians want to fight. But the success that I saw early on, I stated publicly that NATO people got to be there. They have to be there. Things were working out too good. We were there before the invasion. A lot of trainers, even my son is going over that area. He didn't go and train Ukrainians, but he's trained a lot of the other people in that area. So there was a report from Hale Turner. He's not the source, but he's just repeating a source. I'm going to give you the link because I want you to go check it out. I want you to go listen to it. Turkish media is reporting that France has over 50 officers trapped in the steel plant in Ukraine that's under siege. Totally believe that to be a true statement. I wouldn't, have any doubt about that. We definitely have people there because of the desire to get helicopters in there and get people out. So if that's the case, that's going to cause NATO a big problem. Now, are these guys there officially? I believe they would probably be there officially. There's a lot of volunteers that have crossed the border, be it from NATO countries, be it from the United States. I think they've caught some, they've captured some. Now, these could be just truly volunteers. But I truly believe that there are some people on the ground because you have to. We have all the assets to gather intel, but we have to be able to get that intel to the boots on the ground. I've been one of the boots on the ground, so I know that. And that's where we come into play, or NATO comes into play, so they can have a good transfer of information. And then the Ukrainians can act on that information on the local level. The guy also brought up, someone brought up, this is not me saying this, if you see the video, that he thinks maybe the French were the ones that fired the missiles. We had some surveillance aircraft in the area that we could have coordinated with the French. He says that these missiles that they use are such a threat to our ships that he believes they're still under NATO control. We wouldn't risk them falling into other people's hands and being stolen, being sold, because these missiles are so deadly to shipping. So as we go on, I have a genuine fear that Russia's going to uncover with enough evidence that NATO has boots on the ground. Now, if they discover it was French soldiers there, are they going to respond to France? Are they going to respond to NATO? That is why I get a lot of people asking me, how close are we to nuclear war? We have never been closer. Never. You in our Western ideas and Western thinking would think, oh, no one would ever use a nuclear weapon. That's retarded. That's catastrophic. No one's going to benefit. If you put yourself in the eyes of Putin and the Russians, and that their doctrine all along, you can talk to guys way smarter than me, guys that were on the highest level. Some of them have said they've looked into Putin's eyes and said that they believe 100% that he would use a nuclear weapon to protect Russia. So as we back him in the corner, he's more inclined to push the button. Now, he's been warning us. I mean, his whole government's been warning us, hey, don't get involved, you're getting too involved. We have nuclear weapons, we will make a quick strike and we will deal with this problem. He is definitely warning NATO and the United States that further meddling could result in utter destruction, and that's what it would be. So yes, we're very close to nuclear war. I don't want to tell you that because it's I guess depressing to think that, but it is a reality. Now, I've talked about nuclear weapons, I've talked about what you can do. Hopefully you're doing something. But let me tell you, It's hard unless you have a lot of money and you have property and you can put in a proper shelter. You're going to have to improvise with some type of home shelter. It's not going to be as good, but I want you to have the plan. So if you do have to implement something, you're not totally panicking, totally confused. Now is the time to think through it. You say, I can't do it right now. So don't do it right now, but come up with that plan and try to acquire supplies if you need to, or know where supplies are. So if this thing progresses, you can speed your plan up. Without a lot of money, it's really hard, and I understand that. But I'm not going to not talk about it, because knowing that maybe 60% of us out there as preppers can't do anything about it. No, that's why I show you products that are expensive. Because there are people out there that can afford those things. And then they can purchase those things. And that's where it comes to this. You got to do your best. Figure out what you can do. But I'm going to leave some links. I want you to go listen to the video. I think he's a retired Marine, but don't hold me to that. The threat is real. The threat is growing every day. And I don't want to just throw so much stuff out here that you say, oh my gosh, panic. I'm not a fear monger. I am a realist. And we are at a point never seen in human history where two sides with the nuclear weapons could utterly destroy each other. And China's sitting over there just saying, interesting, and biding their time. So, keep prepping. Do your best, and that's all anyone's going to ask of you, that you did your best. Thanks for watching.